Okay, so today on Streaming Idiots, we are going to attempt to teach AI how to control vMix. And you know what an idiot I am, so we will see. I have not thoroughly tested this. I have tested it just a little bit. I mean, like 10 minutes worth. So we're gonna try this today and see what we get. We may get good stuff. Hold on a second here. I'm in the wrong spot. That's what we want right there. Okay. Be right back.
We're the Streaming Idiots, having the time. With Tom Sinclair guiding, we're feeling so fine. A vMix on the screen, we're ready to play. A custom-built PCs, taking tech to the fray. Making live production feel like a breeze. Got the rhythm pumping, we do it with ease. From setups to transitions, we're flying high. In the world of streaming, we're touching the sky. Streaming Idiots, we're living the dream. With tech support in the mix, we're a winning team. Tom Sinclair's a man, bringing us live in our biggest adventure. The future is bright. Lights, camera, action, the stage is set. From podcasts to webinars, we're never upset. Tech at our fingertips, the power so real. Loading up the content, let the viewers feel. Building connections, we're breaking the mold. Every frame a story, every tale told. In this vibrant world, we're living with flair. Streaming Idiots unite, let's take it from there. Streaming Idiots, Streaming Idiots, we're living the dream, living the dream. We take support in the mix, we're a winning team. Tom Sinclair's a man, bringing us live in our biggest adventure. The future is bright. We got tips and tricks all wrapped in a show. And our extra fun, let the good times flow. From sports to the arts, we're taking the lead. With vMix by our side, there's nothing we need. Troubleshooting smoothly, no hassle or fuss. In the world of tech, we're igniting the buzz. Streaming Idiots, we're living the dream. With support in the mix, we're a winning team. Tom Sinclair's a man, bringing us live in our biggest adventure. The future is bright. So here's to the journey. Let's raise a toast for Tom Sinclair and the team we love most. Streaming Idiots, forever we're ruling the scene. With vMix and support, here living the dream. We're the Streaming Idiots, having the time. With Tom Sinclair guiding, we're feeling so fine. A vMix on the screen, we're ready to play. A custom-built PCs, taking tech to the fray. Making live production feel like a breeze. Got the rhythm pumping, we do it with ease. From setups to transitions, we're flying high. In the world of streaming, we're touching the sky. Streaming Idiots, we're living the dream. With tech support in the mix, we're a winning team. Tom Sinclair's a man, bringing us live in our biggest adventure. The future is bright. Lights, camera, action, the stage is set. From podcasts to webinars, we're never upset. Tech at our fingertips, the power so real. Loading up the content, let the viewers feel. Building connections, we're breaking the mold. Every frame a story, every tale told. In this vibrant world, we're living with flair. Streaming Idiots unite, let's take it from there. Streaming Idiots, we're living the dream, living the dream. We take support in the mix, we're a winning team. Tom Sinclair's a man, bringing us live in our biggest adventure. The future is bright. We got tips and tricks all wrapped in a show. And our extra fun, fun, let the good times flow. From sports to the arts, we're taking the lead. With vMix by our side, there's nothing we need. Troubleshooting smoothly, no hassle or fuss. In the world of tech, we're igniting the buzz. Streaming idiots, we're living the dream. It's supporting the mix, we're a winning team. Tom Sinclair's a man, Tom Sinclair's a man, bringing us live. In our daily adventure, the future is bright. So here's to the journey, let's raise a toast for Tom Sinclair and the team we love most. Streaming idiots, forever we're ruling the scene. With vMix and support, here living the dream. We're the streaming idiots, having the time. With Tom Sinclair guiding, we're feeling so fine. vMix on the screen, we're ready to play. Custom built PCs, taking tech to the fray. Making live production feel like a breeze. Got the rhythm pumping, we do it with ease. From setups to transitions, we're flying high. In the world of streaming, we're touching the sky. Streaming idiots, we're living the dream. With tech support in the mix, we're a winning team. Tom Sinclair's a man, Tom Sinclair's a man, bringing us live. In our biggest adventure, the future is bright. Lights, camera, action, the stage is set. From podcasts to webinars, we're never upset. Tech at our fingertips, the power so real. Loading up the content, let the viewers feel. Building connection.
Well, alrighty. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're good there. Nothing can go wrong, can go wrong, can go wrong. That was my dad's favorite joke back in, I'd say the late 60s. And he would say, computers are going to take over the world. And they've, what is the computer took over the airplane and was going to fly the airplane. And he assured the passengers that nothing can go wrong, can go wrong, can go wrong. It was hilarious the first 10 times I heard it. So today, AI, nothing can go wrong, can go wrong, can go wrong. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I'm just scanning the boards here to see that we've got everything we need. Let's see, we need that right there. How did that get there? Oh, that's right. Okay, that's there. So that needs to go there. Okay, so we're good. All right, so nothing can go wrong, can go wrong, can go wrong. The scroll here is vMix .46 from 2 weeks ago. So it's not anything new. So don't pay any attention to it if you already have .46. Yeah, released February 1st. So that gives us 17 days. So 2.5 weeks. Not bad. Not bad. So today ought to be interesting. I'll tell you the whole story, and I'll start out with the story, and then we'll do the thing. We will do the thing. But if anybody has any experience in 1 or 2U rack mount cases, cooling them with water or liquid, drop a comment below or shoot me an email or something. I need some help. I've got some ideas and I've got some experimental parts on order, but if you've done it, I'd love to hear from your experience. Yeah, nothing can go wrong, can go wrong, can go wrong. And Dave is here, or he was. And John and I got to hang out. What was it, last Thursday, John? And go through his PC, and got everything working on his stream. It was kind of interesting that I had 3 or 4 tech support calls last week 4 people who were having trouble streaming to YouTube. Don't get it. Hey, Kyle. Good to see you. Glad to have you. Indeed. All right. Aziz says, I triple checked everything. Stove is off, doors locked. The email was definitely sent to the right person, probably. Yeah. I don't know that have I ever done that. Uh-oh, sorry. Got to mute this rascal. Muting because yes. Okay. All right. And Dave was having his daily walk with the pups. Good. Glad you're back. A walk is a good thing to do. A walk is a good thing to do. What am I excited about? I'm excited about this 2U project. I think I shared that with you guys a couple of months ago, but I've had trouble keeping it cool. And I've finally gotten back to it. And I think there's a market for a 2U replay machine that will stay cool. So Dave, if you've got some ideas, if you've done any 2U or 1U water cooling, I'd love to hear about it. I've done everything I can with air. Well, I take that back. I've got one air cooler that is supposed to arrive today or tomorrow from a company called Cooler Guys out on the West Coast. So we'll give that a try. I'll do a video on it later as to what didn't work and what ended up working, because it could be a game changer for some folks. And what else? Golly gee. Dave says, well, it wasn't like I was going to take a pitcher of water and pour it on top of it. I do water cooling all the time and have for years. But never use water cooling. Cooling has got to have some explanation. It's like, never hold your breath going in a tunnel. Well, why? That's a bad example. Another sip here, real quick. And let's get going. You ready? Here we go. I always have this moment of, is this going to work? I tested it earlier, but you never know. You never know. Okay. Welcome, Streaming Idiots, if you're just showing up for the show part of the show. Today we are doing, oh, golly, let's switch over to this one, shall we? There we go. Today we are doing, can AI control vMix? And the reason we're doing that is because I ran into a problem last week on my PTZ project, which I'll come back to. Anyway, trying to get it to do a pre-programmed series of events, a series of movements, zooms and pans, and then zooms within vMix, to make a memorized set of motions for the camera that could then be used in a specific circumstance. And Japs was on and said that he was doing that with shortcuts, and he was, pressing the shortcuts to get things to happen. And I want to do the same thing, except I want to have it work with one shortcut, so we can make it work that way. So that's why I bailed off of that one and bailed into this one. It's like, okay, is AI smart enough to control vMix? So, being the idiot that I am, I asked AI. Now, which AI did I ask? Let's see. Got the phone right here. I was in Chrome and I switched into, see, there I am in Chrome. I switched into AI mode. And it says ask anything. So I did. And I said, can AI be used to control vMix? And I got a bunch of stuff back saying essentially, this is how you would control vMix. It didn't know the answer, so it gave me a bunch of other stuff. So the key to getting the answer you need is phrasing the question correctly, and that's been a Google struggle since Google existed. You're going to get junk unless you really know what you're asking for and you're really specific and using the right syntax and the right words, and sometimes just searching for the right word. I remember 2007 trying to figure out software to use for live streaming, except we weren't calling it live streaming. And it took me a year to finally find the right terminology. Not like I'd worked on it 24/7, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, okay. So, hello Ken, glad you're here. So the idea is that we want to tell AI to go in and tell vMix to do something. And so last night I asked AI that question. Can you control vMix? Can we set you up to control vMix? Can we do anything? Finally, just kept bouncing around the question until I got the same answer 3 or 4 times, and I realized, okay, that's got to be the answer. And the answer basically was, and a lot of you are going to turn this off when I tell you the answer is, no, AI cannot control vMix, because apparently, according to AI is not allowed to control your computer. There's got to be a workaround for that. There's got to be some special permissions that you can give it. Of course, then it's going to run wild and read all your emails and send your cousin, spam emails. But what it did say was that AI can operate vMix. I think at one point I used that word. Can operate vMix by writing scripts that vMix can use. And I'm like, okay, that's not the answer I wanted, but that might help me with last week's dilemma, which was, trying to get that PTZ camera to do different things, boom, 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 on a series of one command. And I was going to use, shortcuts and triggers and, whatever else I could. But I think it was Michael Quist that said, hello, Michael Graves. Hello, Otis. Hello, Jono. Michael Quist that said that scripting may have been the solution to last week's problem, which I can't wait to try. In fact, we're going to try it. We might try it a little bit today. But today we are going to ask AI to write a script to do something in vMix, and then we'll put that script in and see if it works. And I have a desktop capture here for you. And let's just dive right into it. Let me know if you can't see this well enough. We'll go right here, and it's, here we are. Here's the question right there. Can you write scripts for vMix? And the answer is yes, I can write scripts for vMix. But vMix uses 2 different types of scripting. And only it works for 4K and Pro. So that's important to know. So if you've got HD or SD or basic HD, this is not going to work for you. It's only for folks that have 4K Pro or Max, which is the subscription edition of Pro. So let's scroll down here a little bit. Well, let's not go too far. We can do simple things, and we can do complex things. And so here's it shows how to use vMix scripts. Okay, we got that. We might come back to that. give me an example of a script. Here's an example of a VB script for vMix that automates a common production sequence, updating a title, displaying it for a set amount of time, and then removing it. Okay, that's good. So here's that script. Not long. Use code with caution. And then it talks about common scripting commands, web scripting alternatives. And then I asked the question, what's the difference between vMix web scripting and VBNet scripting? And this is important. In vMix, you can write scripts using two distinct syntaxes, web scripting and VBNet scripting. Web scripting is simple, limited to executing existing vMix functions like cut, fade, sec tests, adding delays, and waiting for videos to finish. It does not support conditional logic, if-then loops or variables. So we need to remember that as we're moving forward. I think we're going to start with simple automation, with the vMix Web API, or what we would call web scripting. And so we may come back and do VBNet scripting. We'll see. But I don't know anything about either of these. My experience writing code is, well, let's put it this way. I probably have more time opening the refrigerator than I do writing code. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to ask it anything. So we'll say, using web, and we'll start out with something simple. Scripting. Write a script that, what should we do? Write a script that sends a camera to output. We'll start there. Searching. In web, you can send a camera to the main output by using standing techniques like cut or fade. Okay. All right. So copy and paste this into a new script, setting scripting add. So we'll copy that. And it says, web scripting uses a simple function name equal name and input equal name syntax. Oh, function equal name and input equal name. All right, so we've got function equals fade and input equals camera and duration equals 1,000 seconds. All right, so let's copy this. Control C, copy. And then we will go to let's see, let's go to desktop capture here. We'll put me back here and we'll go to scripting. So we'll go to settings, scripting, add. We'll put in the text. We'll call this script 1 and we'll just make it a local script. We're going to erase it later, it doesn't matter. So we'll say save. Can we save it? All right, it's saved. All right, good. And then let's go back to script 1 stopped. And let's see what happens when we just execute this script. What will happen? It probably will bomb out because we didn't tell it which camera, or we don't have an input named camera. Start. Started it, stopped it. Okay, let's go back and edit the script a little bit. I do know how to do that. Double click it. Yeah, there we go. Function equal fade, input equal, can we say main shot? Let's see if that makes any difference. Save. We'll get rid of it. There's script 1. We'll start it. Stop it. Nothing happened. Okay. We've got our, let's try just input 1. Function equal fade, input equal INPPUT, NPUT 1, and oops, and duration equal 1,000. Save it, get it out of the way, start it. Still didn't work. Let's see. What would input 1? This is our input 1 right here. And what is it called? It's called main shot. It's called color. The name is main shot. So let's go back to our script and see if we've got that right. Input equal input 1. That's correct, but let's go back to main shot. We'll do it all caps because that's what it is on there. SHOT. Save. I wish it would clear the screen when you saved it. All right, start it. Ah, it worked. Okay, all right. Let's get that out of the way. Let's go back here. There we go. Okay, so that worked. So we're making some progress. So now we've got some basic syntax down. We'll go back to scripting. Here's our script. It says function equal fade, and it gave a fade. Input equal main shot, duration equal 1,000. All right, so that was the duration of the fade, was 1,000. So now let's ask AI to give us something a little bit more complex, and let's see if we can figure that out. So let's go back here, and we're going to ask it to do anything. Let's see. Let's write vMix. What was our last question? Our last question was, using red scripting. Well, let's just copy that. I even spelled script wrong, and it still got it for me. Using web scripting, write a script, PT, that zooms a camera, a PTZ camera. All right, using web scripting, you can control pan, tilt, zoom cameras by calling specific functions that mimic shortcut actions. All right, continuous zoom, in, out. This method starts the zoom and continue it until a stop command is sent. The most common way to handle this manual zooming is a script. Okay. To zoom in, all right, wait 2 seconds. So we start zooming in at a speed of 1/2. Wait 2 seconds and stop zooming. All right, we can do that with this camera right here. And then there's a zoom out. Let's start with zoom in. Okay, so let's go back here. And we're going to go back to settings, to scripting. And we are going to add a new script. And we'll go in and get the text from this other one. And this is script 2. All right, so start zooming in on input 1 and arrange. Well, we're not going to do input. Well, we'll do input 1. Okay. Function is PTZ zoom in and input equals 1 and value equals 1/2. Wait 2 seconds. Oh, that's what I didn't do before. I should have said input equal 1. All right, wait 2 seconds. Sleep 2000. Stop zooming. Function PTZ stop input 1. All right. Now our PTZ is actually input number 27. So let's go down and edit that to be 27. And then we'll stop number 27. So start zooming at 1/2 speed. Wait 2 seconds and stop zooming. Save it. Close it. Script 2. Okay. Let's see if it works. Now, I am right here. This is a PTZ camera, although the one down there, number 27, excuse me. Goodness, I need a mute button. All right, let's start and see what happens. How about that? And it stopped. Okay, we are getting somewhere. Now, did the camera actually zoom itself, or did it magnify it in vMix? Let's take a look. So let's go here. We'll come down to the camera, which is this one right here. And let's go to PTZ. All right, no help there. Let's go to position. And we'll go to main, and we'll see, no, it did not use the zoom function in vMix. It did zoom the camera. All right, so the camera is zoomed. Can we make it zoom in the... What if we just told it if it was a camera? Let's get back where we were. Can we do that? PTZ, zoom out. That'll work. Okay. All right, so let's go back to this. Oh, we can just edit. I think we can edit. Let's go back to this, and we will copy our text. And we want to, that zooms a camera using the zoom control in, what is that called? It's called position in input, POSITION. All right, I know this is exciting. So let's see what it says. Digital zoom, using the zoom control, input settings, position. Okay, bum, 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 bum. So we want to set the digital zoom to 2x. Well, this doesn't look like it actually zooms it, but let's try. Let's copy it. Okay. And let's go into scripting. We'll add a new, we'll just modify this one. Oh, no. We want to keep it. So we'll start a new one. This will be script 3. Okay. Set zoom input value to. Let's see what happens. Save it. Start it. Oh, what input number were we using? Input 27. Okay, there we go. Close. Start. Now, I'm not input number 27 over here. I'm input 1, but input 1 is a copy of 27. Well, let's just put 27 up there. Oh, we can't do it while this is active. All right, we'll put 27 up there. There we go. This is 27. So that's actually the camera. Settings, scripting, number 3, and we are going to see what it does. Start. Boom. It was a cut to that. Can we smooth that out? Okay, let's try this. Well, that's kind of close, but that's a digital zoom. Let's go back here and ask the same thing again, except we're going to say a slow zoom. Text is, write a script that slowly zooms the camera using the zoom control in output position. All right, let's try that. Because web scripting lacks loops, you have to hard code the movement by creating a series of small zooms. Aha. This stepped animation looks like a slow, smooth zoom. All right. Well, let's try it. We're going to copy it. And we're going to paste it. Scripting. We'll make a new one. Script 4. It would be helpful if we gave these better names, don't you think? And we'll go in here, and we want to make the input 27. So we've got to change all those. I wonder if there's a search and replace. Find and replace? Nope. Got to do it by hand. 27. I guess since this is just text, I could have done a search and replace in an editor and ended up with the same thing. 27 and 27. So we got input 27, input 27, 27, 27, 27. Save, close. Let's put me back up here. And we'll reset all. There we go. Okay, so now we're back where we were. Let's go back into scripting. Scripting for idiots, that's what we're calling it. And let's start and see what happens. Okay. All right, it wasn't smooth. Did I say smooth? I think I did say smooth. Let's go back and find out. Oh, I said slowly. Okay. Let's try smoothly and see what happens. Well, that was the wrong pace. Let's try again. And we want to say that smoothly zooms the camera. Okay. We'll try again. Do we get tiny steps? 101, 102. What did we have last time? 105, 110. Okay, so this is more smoothly. And we can see that it's only from 101 to 115. All right, well, that's good. Nope, can't do an A, so we're just going to have to paint it. There we go. Copy, smooth, zoom, sequence. So let's go back here and let's take that back to what it was before. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to go to settings. We're going to go to scripting. We're going to, can we just modify this one? Yeah. So we got that one. And oh, let's put it into it. Is there a search and replace editor in Notepad, find and replace. Let's see, new window, new, okay, edit, delete, go to, select all, find, oh, that's file. No, we don't have a find and replace there. We'll look later for something. But we've got input 1 is 27. 27. Sorry about this. 27. 27. 27. Oops, we took out a equals right there. 27. This is tedious. I mean, you get the right keystrokes. See, that was one keystroke too many. Remember editing documents about this, like this, 100 years ago. All right, we're there. So let's make sure we didn't mess up anything. Okay, we'll save it, close it. That is script number 4. And let's see how it does. Okay, that was pretty quick. But let's go back here for a second. Last time we started at 05 and we went to 45. This time we started at 01 and we went to 15. So we could do it. Alternative, use a virtual input. If you want vMix to handle the animation, use a merge transition. Look at that. Okay, that's what we were trying to do last week. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. To make it slower, increase the sleep value. Sleep for 25, okay. To make it faster, decrease the sleep value. The cleanest way is the merge trick. All right. This is what we were attempting to do last week. All right, well, let's try this. It says the function is a merge, and we are going to take the virtual camera. So let's come back over here and let's set this up. Well, before we set it up, let's create a virtual input. So we're going to go here, virtual input. That is input number 86. All right. Let's just save this before we go any further. Saved settings, scripting, add a script. This is script number 5. And virtual camera name is going to be input equals 86, right? 86, okay. Merge input 86. So let's see. Save it, close it. We've got script number 5. Over here, well, let's move this up here. Let's just try it. What the heck? Start it. No, I didn't do it. Did anything merge? I mean, did anything change? This shot, this shot. It would have to be a camera, not a PTZ camera. Let's come back here. Hold on. Let's look at that. Let's go back down to our so we would have to set the desired zoom already, and then it would merge. Well, let's see if we can do that. It's not what we want, but let's just see if we can do it. All right, so we're going to come down here to number 86, and we're going to just zoom it. Let's reset it, and then let's zoom it a lot. All right, so that's pretty noticeable. We're going to come back to this guy, and we're going to reset it to where it was. There we go. All right, and now we're going to go back to, let's put 27 up here so we can watch. We're going to go back to scripting, go to number 5, which, remember, it says the function is to merge the input equal to 86. Is that right? I think it's just input equals 86. Let's try that. So we've made a change and another change, but let's try it anyway. So let's start it. Boom. There we go. Okay, that didn't do what I wanted. Merge, input 86. Oh, well, because this is the merged version right here. So let's go back where we were. How do we get back where we were? Here, there. We'll check this one. Okay, that's the way that is. So let's go here. Desktop capture, yep. And we've got 27. Well, let's try it again. We'll just see. Scripting, close that down so we can see what's happening. We'll take number 5 and we'll start it. No. Something's wrong with that. Something's wrong with that. Gunnar, glad you're here. Michael Quest, glad you're here. Yeah, I was doubling the input. Okay, so let's go back here, right there, and we'll go back to, actually, let's go back here. So let's check that script, the last one. Function equal merge, input equal 86, and duration equals 2000. Which should be 2 seconds, 1001, 2002. Can we do 5 seconds? And I think what we have to have, and I don't guess I can show it to you, but let's just try it anyway. We have to have me over here, over there, and then number 86 from down there, right here. So let's move that over there, and we'll put 86 there. I know you can't see it, but take my word for it. And then we'll go to the script, and we'll do number 5, and we'll start it. There you go. Now that worked. Again, that's a digital zoom, but it worked. And why is the stream button going yellow? We have a problem with the stream. Let's do a quick speed test. We shouldn't have a problem with the stream. Bear with me. We've got 80 up. We pay for 100, but some days now it's 85, 86, 89, 90. Okay, that's good. Stream is still yellow. If you're watching after the fact, maybe you're seeing it, maybe not. Okay, upload is 13. Okay, well, we know we're taking some of that upload because we're using 8. So why is it flashing yellow? We've got plenty of bandwidth. Plenty of bandwidth. Don't know. Don't think the internet's the problem. Let's see what social says. Yeah, it is choppy. Okay. Okay, we stopped and started the stream. Better. All right. Anything in statistics that could give me a clue? Good question. Well, I guess, you know, it could be a network problem. I mean, my network. Let's, I wonder if one of my bird dogs is, but it shouldn't saturate the whole network. I mean, I've got more bandwidth in the studio than I do. It's happening again. Let's try something here. Sorry about this, but you know, sometimes these things happen. Let's get rid of that camera. Let's get rid of that camera. Let's get rid of that camera. And can we take them off the network? That one is pink wrapped. We'll take him off the network. Did that help? Nope. Still, well, a little better. Nope, didn't do it. Skipping frames again. It's not receiving enough video. Let's look at Task Manager. Let's let you see what I'm doing. We're going to look at Task Manager and see what's going on with detail performance. There we go. Ethernet. Okay, we're sending 21. We're receiving 9. Where are we sending 21 to? Oops, didn't mean to do that. We're sending more than the network can take. Tommy Willis says I should look up divine intervention. Sending, where am I sending video? Where am I sending video? Where am I sending anything? Well, this is a quick troubleshooting session, folks. The stream says it's good now, but you can see down here I'm uploading or sending somewhere 21 megs, but I don't have 21 megs worth of bandwidth. So where is that other video going? Where is that other video going? It says I'm not receiving enough video. How much video are you receiving? Is it going to tell me? Stream health analytics, stream settings, stream health back there. Yeah, it doesn't tell me. 241. That was 4 minutes ago. We're good now. Well, no, but it still says poor. Are we just sending one stream? Yep. And we're using 8 megabits right there. Tommy wants to look for a flying saucer. Wants me to look for a flying saucer. I don't think that's the problem. I don't have any external outputs. They wouldn't be live streaming anyway. How is the stream now? How now, brown cow? Questioning. Now it's perfect. Okay, thank you, John. Welcome, John. Curious. Yeah, YouTube still says it's not getting enough data. Curious and curious. And Task Manager says that my PC is sending, down here at the very bottom, sending 21 megs somewhere. Why is my PC sending 21 megs somewhere? Let's capture the screen. Yep. Okay. All right. Is there a way to identify what's being sent? All right, now it says the stream is healthy. Let's go back to Task Manager and look again and see. Still hanging out. 2022. I just need more bandwidth, maybe. Huh. Yep. Anyway, we'll leave that one for another time. We'll leave that one for another time. Glad to hear that, John. That's good. Okay. Let's go back to scripting. We'll find our scripting page. Here it is, here it is, here it is. So we can link, I'm assuming we can link different scripts together by just cutting and pasting them and adding them to each other. So let's try that. Let's try that. Let's go to desktop capture and we'll go here in settings. We'll go to scripting. We'll take script number 1, which is function is going to be, let's do barn door so we know if we see it. Barn door to our input main shot and duration 1,000. We're not worried about that. So let's copy that, save it, close it, and add it to this one. Let's see. Yeah, what that'll do is it'll merge us, it'll zoom in, and then it'll go back out in a barn door. Okay, let's see if that works. We'll save that one, close it, and in order for this to work, we've got to put this guy here. So you guys are going to lose it, but stick with me. Put that one in merge. Yep. So what's going to happen here is it's going to zoom in on me, and then it's going to do a barn door effect back to me at this level, I think. So let's go into settings, go into scripting. We'll take script number 5. Yep, that's the one we want. And we're going to start scripting 5. Here we go. Nope, I did it wrong. My bad. Let's go here. That goes there. And this goes there. Now we'll do it. And we can set up a shortcut to execute a script, but right now we just want to get this right. Okay. Here we go. Ready, set, go. How did it get back to main shot? Oh, because I told it to go back to main shot. I don't want to go back to main shot anymore. I want to go back to input 27. Scripting, input equals 27. Yep, okay. All right. So let's put this one back there. This one there. Bear with me. Back to scripting. Script number 5, save and close. Start it. Nope. Didn't work. Didn't work at all. Well, what this means is that we, you and me, especially me, I'm an idiot. But what this should tell you, because it tells me, is with a little logic and some patience and AI, you can set up a series of scripts that will do a series of things under one keystroke. So the trick is now that we have, well, and we weren't able to confirm that it works under keystroke, but I think it will. Now we just need to get that right series of events, whatever they are, you know, a zoom. I think the other day we were saying I wanted to zoom in, zoom out, pan, zoom in, zoom out, to get the effect of an automobile that we zoomed in on as it was moving up, or as it had just made a turn. We were zoomed in on it, and then we're zooming out on it as it's beginning to move down the road, and then we're going to zoom in on it as it tails off into the distance. I've got a little roundabout down here, and so I figure I can catch a car coming off the roundabout and make that work. So I'll play with this some more. I think it has some possibilities. We'll put my merge back at a second like it should be. So if we go here, there we go there. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out for all this. It's taken more time than our time. So let's go to the post show, which will be a short post show because we've done most of this. But we will be right back, and I want to read your comments and respond to them. So stick around. We'll be right back. Okay. All right, we're back. So let's see. Nothing can go wrong. For those of you that weren't here at the very beginning, this is a joke my dad used to tell, probably in the 60s, that they didn't call it AI, but they called it computers. Computers were going to take over driving airplanes, flying airplanes. And so the computer captain comes on the intercom in the plane. As I guess, maybe they're about to take off or they're just taking off, and he's welcoming everybody. And he says, I'm the new computer captain for your airplane, and I've got, all these functions at my control, and I assure you that nothing can go wrong. Can go wrong. Can go wrong. And I remember that was one of my dad's favorite jokes. And he would hoot at that one. And, we would all hoot the first half a dozen times. But there's nothing like taking a joke out after 50 years and trying it again. So there we go. There we go. All right, let's see. Whatever else. Aziz says, is it possible to use vMix in a hotel to display different types of information on monitors, similar to how NDI works? 10 conference rooms. Probably not. vMix is limited to, I'm looking at external outputs. I've got 4 external outputs and 2 full screens. So that's 6. Yeah, I would, but, let's see. Outputs, external outputs, where's outputs? If it's a camera, you can set as many of those as you want, but you would have to select it you'd have to be at monitors 1 through 10 and select them as NDI sources. I don't think it would work very well. I don't think it would work very easily. All right, Ken is in the courtroom. Jono was here. Michael Graves was here. Otis was here. And then some various, thank you, Dave. Thank you, John. Whoa, 10 below centigrade. My. Dave is correct. Absolutely. Oh, there you go. That's a great idea. A function library. You find some things that work, and then you just pull them in when you need them. I'm liking this. All right. Not only is it messy, John, but it frequently doesn't work. Web scripting can be used via the web controller. Yes, yes, if you have a shortcut, right? Try to add the name of your input in your search so that it adds those in the text. But that's a good idea. Yes, input 27. There you go. There's a copy icon. I didn't see that. Good, Dave. Thank you. Yep, great idea. That's what we need to find out next to know for sure. And Michael is correct. And Gunnar is here. And VB scripts is better. Yes, I understand that it is more powerful, but I think I was intentionally trying to start with something that was simpler because we weren't asking for a lot of power at this stage of the game. We might at some point. And all that choppiness seems to be gone now. Probably, I don't know. We're not recording. Could that be an issue? What drive was I recording to? I was recording to the F drive. What kind of shape is the F drive in? The F drive is not present. No wonder. Were we just recording to dust? Well, that's interesting. Wouldn't it tell me if I was recording to a drive that didn't exist? Interesting. Well, heck fire. Let's try again. Sorry. Let's try that again. Okay. Bandwidth in the studio was okay. Well, bandwidth to the internet was okay. Bandwidth in the studio was a problem, was something. Not sure. Don't think it was the merge transition. I mean, you know, we can do a merge now. That wasn't a good example of a merge to have. And Dave mentioned about statistics, and there was a camera. Do I still have it up here? Yeah. I probably need to disable all the cameras, all the NDI cameras, and make sure that we're not doing something stupid. Yeah, yeah. Yes, John. We should know that. Yeah, if your network is choking, then you're not going to be able to send good stuff out. I get that. Yep, I checked that. I didn't check that. Yeah, let's see. We go to the stream button here. 8 megs plus 128. I think we're okay. Now is perfect. Good. John says, it's the first time in your live, but I've had taken many lessons from you. Also, you've helped me a lot in my job. Well, you must have a really simple job if I was able to help you. Don't know about a virus. Don't have any virus protection. That's a good idea. But why is it fine now? I think it was something with the record button. Yep. You can call scripts from a mother script also scripts to a shortcut. A way long time ago, you worked with scripts. Tommy worked with skips. Yes, I noticed that in the pre-show. I think that is because, let me see if I can go into this input and take out, well, if I take out this, that takes out me. So I don't want to do that. But I think if I go here, let's just go to this shot for just a second. Yeah, that's still kind of pixelated. I was playing with, if I move my head, yeah. The camera, I think, is struggling with the light there on the back wall. If I turn off the light, it won't be pixelated. Of course, I'll be in the dark. Okay. No, but actually, that is a green screen right there. A little small one, just a little picture. After a while, when you do scripting, you find out you can use input names instead of numbers. Everything is easier. Well, depends on how well you type. Yes. Logic and a different AI. Now we could try different AIs. Yeah. You can sometimes also AI when the suggestion shows your results in error, then ask why. Sometimes it gives good reasons. Okay. Dave says shoot the car in 4K with a simple pan following the car and then edit, adding the zoom effect. Well, except I don't want to do it in post. I want to do it live. Whether it's a you know, an auto racing event or a you know, somebody making a fast break in basketball, or you know, something that's got to be fairly predictable, obviously, because we're doing a sequence of predicted movements with the camera. But I'm trying to make a case for how to use a PTZ camera in sports that doesn't look like a PTZ camera and doesn't have the panning and tilting looking all funky looking. That's just it. Dave is currently using Claude to ask questions to clarify your question. Oh, that's good. What AI am I using? Tommy, that's good. Let's show it. It is right here. And this is AI mode. Go back all the way up to the top. This is AI mode in Google. AI mode. Fast, answers questions quickly. Pro, advanced thinking and generative layouts. Probably have to get a subscription to Pro. Oh, can you write scripts for vMix? It's taking a long time to answer this question. Come on. Still working on it. It says yes. Another example, automated loop. I think we got those examples before. Reading external data. Okay, so this is VBNet is going to be a little bit more complicated, but that's okay. That's okay. That's good. That's good. Dave, you're too sensible. But here's where I'm coming from. For years, the folks at PTZ Optics have said, as a way to sell cameras, that PTZs are great for sports. And lots of people are buying them, and they're finding out, yeah, you know, if I'm doing it with a joystick, I can't, there's a delay between the joystick movement and the camera movement, number one. And, you know, so it starts late and it finishes late, and it's not as controllable. And I thought, okay, well, what if we could tighten those boundaries and make the camera operate within a certain set of predefined parameters? Something came across my feed 3 weeks ago from a company that has a joystick keyboard that will remember a sequence of joystick moves. And I don't know how smooth it was. But I said, okay, well, we can do the same thing in vMix. It's going to be more complicated, but we can do it. And of course, once it's done, it's done. The question is getting it done. So it's as if I'm going in and doing the programming in the keyboard. Not that I would, but that's my thought. So these are my stipulations. I'm using a PTZ camera. I'm not using a joystick. I'm using vMix Pro with scripting. And so within those parameters, what can I do? So it's kind of like an escape room. I can only use the stuff that's here in the escape room to escape. And maybe I don't have the budget for another live operator. And I understand that things are very unpredictable. I get that. But some things are predictable, and this would be the predictable stuff. All right, Michael had a serious discussion with ChatGPT-4. When coding, ChatGPT-5 is better. We'll have to try Claude. Copilot also not so clever. Well, at the level that I am working on, it probably doesn't matter, because I'm looking for pretty simple stuff, at least at this point. Yes, I agree, Dave. Chris Sabato at Office Hours posts a script to run commercials and has a new video using Claude AI to do that, but I haven't seen it yet. Oh, thanks, Rick. I'll look that up. If you're not familiar with Office Hours, it used to be, I guess it still is, it's a daily live stream, I think on YouTube, that starts early in the morning, runs maybe an hour, maybe two, of I'd say television people, but also now more live streaming people. And it just talks about the whole gamut, or at least used to, the whole gamut of everything, from hardware to software to personnel to just all sorts of things. And so it was a great source. Not a Kool-Aid drinker, Dave. Just word to the wise. Gunnar is using Gemini and Notebook LM. Notebook LM, and they work and interact together. Oh, that's interesting. I do want something that's interactive. I have some videos that use a Osbot tail, and the auto follow worked well in the situation with softball. pretty impressive, actually. Oops, sorry. I was reading it, but I wasn't posting it. Really? Yeah, that's like last week. Oh, you guys weren't there, but I had done and Ken's probably not still on here, but I had done a tech support call with Ken, who does a court TV broadcast, and he was having some problems. He was having some streaming problems, and so we were going through a bunch of settings, and he was also having some issues with the cameras. And, you know, it was the classic thing where updating all the different drivers and softwares and things straightened most of it out. And so he had the Osbot, I think it was the Mini, that was doing the follow me, and he was sitting in his kitchen and had the camera on. And I guess he forgot, oh, and we were doing a live stream to test the live streaming portions, and he forgot that he had the camera on, and he forgot that there was a live stream. And he got up and started walking around, and he was uncovered below the waist. Yeah, it made for some, I guess, depending on who you were, some interesting television. Yep, so careful what you do. Careful what you do. Tommy. Now the mainstream is 916, so we should be ready for that. Interesting. Okay. Gunner. I put all my API functions or shortcuts in Notebook LM and give Gemini access to it. Then I tell Gemini to find out how to do it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Okay, well, thank you guys for being here, hanging out. For those of you that are watching after the fact, I appreciate you too. And we may continue this, and we may not. You know, as you can see, it's kind of, if you're not in a hurry, this might be interesting. But if you're like, hey, I need to get some information and go, this is not the video for you. Because as you could tell, it was a lot of trial and error. So I think in the future, I may do the trial and error off camera and then bring it to you later and see how it goes. Yep. So I'm going to close out the stream. In a minute, I'm going to stream again, but I think it's going to be a private stream. We'll see what it can do. I just want to see if I can recreate the stream problems I was having before. Okay. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, you want to hang out a little bit for the post-show poster, because it has the what do you call that thing? Oh, it has the AI song that's our closing song. It just gives me a kick. So like the video if you will, subscribe if you haven't, and here comes the song.
Well, it's the end of the show, the lights are down low. We've had some laughs and now it's time to go. Streaming idiots, delight on display. Hope you enjoyed it. We had fun today. From the very first laugh to the final goodbye, we shared our moments, oh my, oh my. So thank you, it's been a blast. We'll keep the fun rolling, this won't be our last. See you next week, set your reminders. More craziness coming, we're joyful finders. Each week we gather with jokes and smiles, from techie mishaps to quirky styles. Every stream is magic, a little surprise. More than just a show, it's all about the ties. We're a family here, part of your feed, chasing the giggles, fulfilling the needs. So thank you, it's been a blast. We'll keep the fun rolling, this won't be our last. See you next week, set your reminders. More craziness coming, we're joyful finders. So grab your popcorn and settle right in. With laughs on the screen, let the fun begin. From the couch or your bed, wherever you be, Join us next time, come laugh with glee. We love your comments, your hearts and your cheers. Together we make memories that last through the years. So we wave goodbye, but don't shed a tear. We'll be back next week to bring you more cheer. In this digital age, we're all on a roll, streaming idiots. It's more than a stroll. Just hit that like and don't you forget. Keep spreading the joy, the fun's not done yet. So thank you, it's been a blast. We'll keep the fun rolling, this won't be our last. See you next week, set your reminders. More craziness coming, we're joyful finders. So here's to the laughter, the joy that we share. With every single moment, we'll always be there. As the curtains close and the credits roll. Thanks, guys, for being part of our soul.